ding. Okay, there's the ding. I'm not going to wait for the yellow light. This is Brad with Synergy Cafe, and I'm on location at World Coffee in Asheville in the Flatiron Building. So there's little noises in the background here and there, but that's the advantage of being to be a mobilepreneur and living the laptop lifestyle. So that's what I'm doing. So again, I have my friend Damon Dickinson here, and we're talking about the topic of meditation. And today the topic is, how do I know if I'm doing it right? So Damon, can you help us and share some enlightenment on people that are trying to meditate and they're just beginners, and how do they know if they're doing it right?
Yeah, the easiest way to know is that we're experiencing some of the benefits that we've spoken to before in our other sequences. Definitely deeper relaxation, starting to feel clearer in our minds and feeling more peace and even joy coming in, even if it's for a short moment, like we might get a glimpse of it amidst whatever else is happening in our head or what's happening around us, and that it's starting to pervade the rest of our life. So not when we're just sitting and doing our meditation, but it's starting to move into the rest of our day. That experience of peace, of being fully present, of being happier, more relaxed about circumstances and what's happening in our lives on the outside, is filtered through a new sense of joy and appreciation for life. A lot of times, I'll notice that I can appreciate a lot more beauty in the world, natural beauty, and even in people, because I'm just more naturally happier inside. And the simplest is that we're feeling happier and more relaxed.
What about like clarity? Do you sense more clarity? And if you do sense clarity, this just came into my thinking, is how do you know if it's actually clear? Because you see what you see. How do you know if it's really clear?
Yeah, well, a lot of times clarity can be very much a part of it. It can also sometimes be very ungrounding, depending on what kind of practice you're doing. That's why it's good to blend in, exercise, and to keep your intention to stay grounded as well, depending on what kind of, again, meditation that you're practicing. And yeah, clarity can be a big part of it, because the conscious mind gets to slow down and clear out. We tend to move into deeper levels of relaxed and creative thinking. And so clarity can definitely be a part of that. That can also sometimes be a part of our intention in our meditation, to have clarity about a particular issue. What I find is most useful when it comes to clear thinking, clarity specifically, is to take the intention into the meditation, not necessarily focusing on it in the meditation, but then being willing to surrender whatever is usually blocking it. Because the clarity, I believe, is already there. Our deeper knowing, our deeper wisdom is already in our heart. It already knows our true self. It's usually what our brain has to think about it and is churning on. Our old beliefs, feelings, thoughts, patterns are what are usually limiting our ability to be clear. So to take our intention for clarity into meditation, just surrender. There's my little angel here. And then from there, actually get out a piece of paper and journal, just free flow on what comes out after the meditation, and just keep writing until you're complete. And you'll know, because you'll feel it. You'll feel there's a level of completion. And quite often that is a very, very effective way to get clarity on a particular issue.
That was going to be my question too, is that journaling maybe journaling before you meditate, then journaling after you meditate, then after a week, compare those notes and see how you progress from the beginning of the week to the end of the week.
Sure, and yeah, consistent journaling can really, really help in the process of greater and greater depths of clarity, because it doesn't always come through on the first session. So, that repeat, that discipline of journaling can really help a lot. And yes, doing some writing before, because a lot of times it's the junk in our head, even if it's just asking the questions that we don't have answers to before we go into the meditation, can definitely help in that process of clarity.
Yeah, I'm sure even the types of questions that you might ask at the beginning of the meditation then go out for a week, and the types of questions you might be asking at the end of the meditation might vary widely.
Yeah, and the other suggestion I give, on the subject of clarity and journaling is just be really aware in your questioning process that it's not about the problem. If you ask questions about the problem, what you're going to get is insights into the problem. So always make your questions in a solution-oriented fashion. So that will help give you actual answers that will be helpful.
Yeah, I learned that. I just did a blog post this morning about what I learned from you as far as, my issue was going from the thinking of the head and then going into the feeling of the heart. And I wrote about that this morning, how that you can just bypass the head and just go right into the feeling of the heart, and that way your mind isn't bringing that stuff back into your head. So, like you said, instead of dealing with the problem, focus only on a solution to achieve the goal.
Yes. Yeah, and ask your questions couched around that.
Okay, well, I think we kind of solved this one already, and I think a lot of it is just, like I said, recording and journaling your tracking so you can have something that's measurable so you can see if you're doing it correctly. So I guess any progress is correct.
Yeah, and in the deeper sense too, again, depending on your meditation, we talked yesterday about, do you need someone to help you learn meditation? And we've been talking about the value of having a mentor or a coach or a community and that feedback. This can also be really helpful in fine-tuning even some of the mechanics, depending on your meditation, of how you're sitting. If you're doing a walking meditation, like there's a walking meditation that I do. It's called Secrets of Natural Walking, and it's very technical. So about once a week or so, we will get actual feedback on how, our weight placement is, or our balance is, or the spacing between our feet. And even in my open heart practice, we don't necessarily give feedback to each other, but we can feel, how deeply we're surrendering and allowing our heart to open. And we actually do exercises where we guide each other. So, and those are some of the deepest, most beautiful, powerful experiences I've had, is when I've had someone else guiding me to go deeper and deeper into the experience. So having that kind of help, someone who can tune into where you're at your level in consciousness and help you to go even deeper. So it's not even about necessarily doing it right, it's just helping us go even more into the depths of the meditation. And sometimes those fine tunes can make huge differences.
So that's a good point of using a mentor or a coach, because the coach can be taking notes as you're progressing, and they can play back to you. This is what it was like last month. Do you remember that? And those issues are totally gone now, and they've been taken care of. So I think it's important, again, to have someone to give you feedback. And there's a saying that's up here in the coffee shop. It says there are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or to be the mirror that reflects it. And that's kind of to be able to put stuff out and have a coach that can reflect stuff back to you.
Oh yeah.
Get a good sense of if you're making progress or not, and then you'll know that you're doing it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we kind of covered this one already, and that's pretty good. So we're keeping this whole series will be nice, short, to the point. So if people want to learn more about this, that's good. So let's be done.
Thank you, Bradley. We're still having fun with these. I'm enjoying going through these.
Yeah, these are good.
Most asked questions, and hopefully it's helpful to other folks who are watching.
I'm sure it is. And to get a hold of myself or Damon, there's information around this video. You can just Google the keyword Magic Brad, or Google the keyword Damon Dickinson with an I, Dickinson, and you'll be able to find us. So peace, love, and happiness. Thanks again, Damon, for taking your time.
Peace. Take care, Bradley. Have a great Sunday. See you this afternoon.